Whether you're in your 50s, 60s, or rocking your 70s, you want to thrive. So today I'm sharing 10 fantastic diet and exercise tips to guide you toward a strong, vibrant, and energized version of yourself. You know, there's this idea that as we get older, we should slow down. But let me tell you, that's not going to help us thrive. It's not about our age. It's about keeping active and staying strong. Sure, as the years go by, we might need to tweak our approach a bit, but it's not about hitting pause or stopping completely. Before delving into these tips, let me assure you, you can still build muscle at any age. Now, will it be easy? No. It demands hard work, consistency, and a serious dedication. While it won't be a cakewalk, it will be worth it. Building muscle at 50 plus requires more effort than it did in our 20s. Back then, we could make mistakes and still see progress. That's not the case as we age. At 61, I am stronger and more fit than I was in my 30s. I did nearly everything wrong in my 30s, but I still built muscle. If I did those same things now, not only would I not build muscle, but I'd also be gaining body fat. It just simply takes more effort now. I must be more consistent and train hard. The results are worth it as I continue to build muscle into my 60s. And trust me, if I can do it, you definitely can too. Let's dive into these game-changing tips. Tip number 1, get specific with your goals. Having a clear target is absolutely essential. For example, you might say, I want to lose 10 pounds, or I want to get stronger. But these are too vague. You could slash your calories and lose 10 pounds. Not only would you gain it back as soon as you started to eat again, but those 10 pounds would mostly be muscle. What you really want to do is lose 10 pounds of body fat. And to do that, you need a strategic plan to ensure you are losing body fat and not muscle. Once you have a clear goal, then you can create the appropriate action plan to get your desired results. The same thing goes if you have a strength goal. For example, when you say, I want to get stronger, well, what exactly do you want to be stronger? If you say, I want to be stronger so I can do 10 push-ups, then you know what you need to work on to get there. And you can easily measure if you've reached your goal. So think about the specific goal you want to achieve and have detailed actions that will help you get there. Tip number 2, no crash diets. Forget about starving yourself. It's all about a sensible calorie deficit while ensuring you get enough to fuel for muscle growth. Don't be afraid to eat. If you're wanting to lose weight, you will need to be in a calorie deficit. That just means eating less calories than you are burning. It doesn't mean to starve yourself. You still need sufficient calories to build muscle. Can you imagine trying to push hard in your workouts if you're only eating 1,000 calories a day? Well, it's just not going to happen. Not only will it be incredibly hard, if not impossible, to push yourself hard enough to build muscle, but you're also at the risk of slowing down your metabolism. So please forget about dieting. Tip number 3, choose foods wisely. Processed foods might taste great, yes, I know they do, but they aren't great for our health. Opt for whole, less processed foods. Food manufacturers spend a lot of research, time, and money working on how to make foods taste amazing. But amazing does not necessarily mean healthy. Manufacturers aren't concerned about your health. They are concerned about making money. The more processed a food is, the less healthy it is for you. and we need to fuel our bodies so they can perform at the highest level for us. Now grab a box of processed foods in your cabinet, or if you're at the grocery store, and take a look at the ingredient list. Most processed foods have long lists of ingredients, and most we can't even pronounce. Many are chemicals that give the food item longer shelf life. Do you really want to eat something that has been on the shelf or could be on the shelf for a year or more? On top of the chemicals, you'll often find extra fat, added sugar, and sodium. These are added to ensure the food tastes amazing, so you'll become addicted to it and eat more and more. So try to eat foods that are minimally processed as often as you can. I'm not suggesting you never eat a processed food again, only that these foods should be eaten in moderation. And depending on your specific goals, this may be even more important. Tip number 4, eat protein. Make protein a part of every meal and snack, aiming for around 20 to 40 grams each time. I have other videos on protein, so I won't spend too much time here. I'll put a link to the other videos in the description below this video. But protein is very satiating, so you can feel full quicker. This can be good and bad. You don't want to get so full that you can't eat enough protein or calories. To get around this, I recommend splitting your protein across all your meals and snacks. I aim to eat 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. If you are not within, say, 15 pounds of your ideal weight and would like to either gain weight or lose weight, then use your ideal weight as a means to determine your protein needs. Then just split this across all your meals. Doesn't have to be exact, but aim for 20 to 40 grams of protein per meal and snack. Tip number 5, hydrate like a champ. Water, water, water. Aim for a gallon a day and sneak in some water-rich foods too. Up to 60% of our overall body is water. Many of our organs are even higher in water. The heart and brain are 73% water. The lungs are 83% water. Our muscles and kidneys are 79% water. In order for our bodies to function as intended, they need plenty of water. How do you know if you have enough water? There are many signs of dehydration, and most of us are constantly in a state of mild dehydration. Signs may be headaches, feeling sluggish, feeling hungry long before mealtime, wrinkles appearing more visible, and being constipated. Aim to drink 1 gallon of water per day. Now, I know that is a lot of water. I have a few tips to help you start increasing your water intake. Carry a water bottle with you everywhere. Even just a sip here and there will add up. Eat fruits and vegetables with high water content, like watermelon, grapes, and tomatoes. Drink water when you feel hungry. Often our brains signal that we are hungry when we are actually just dehydrated. Drink water before every meal. Drink water before, during, and after exercise. Now, let's move on to some tips related to exercise. Tip number 6, lift weights. Regular strength training is a must. It keeps our muscles strong and burns fat like nothing else. Strength train at least 3 days a week and progress to 4 or 5 if you can. There are numerous benefits to strength training. Maybe the most obvious is preventing muscle loss and actually building more muscle. In addition, strength training helps increase bone density and lowers the risk of osteoporosis. Strength training can also help reduce body fat since muscle burns more calories. For more information on the benefits of strength training, check out my video, Why Strength Training is Important for Women Over 50. And tip number 7, Cardio smartly. Balance your cardio and strength training. A bit of both works wonders. Cardio is super important for a strong cardiovascular system. Too much, and it can be detrimental to muscle building goals. So, do you do cardio or not? My opinion is yes, but balancing cardio with strength training is critical. I like fairly intense cardio sessions to improve my cardiovascular system. A general guideline I like to follow is the 2-to-1 ratio of strength training to cardio. So for every hour of strength training, you could dedicate 30 minutes or less to cardio. My personal preference is to do interval cardio training once or twice a week for 20 to 30 minutes, with an additional day or two of steady state cardio. Now, tip number 8. Stay active on those rest days. It's not about sitting around, it's about moving. Take a walk, do a bit of gardening, but keep your body active. What you do on your rest days is totally up to you. It's just about moving. I like to walk most days of the week. So even if it's not a strength training day, I'll still walk a couple of miles at a brisk pace. Try to limit your sitting as much as possible and keep moving. And if you do need to sit a lot, at least get up and walk around every hour or so. And tip number 9, track your progress. A workout log is your best buddy. It keeps you accountable and motivated. I am a huge proponent of tracking workouts. It's just too easy to get stuck in the rut of picking up the same dumbbells every time. With a workout log, I find it easier to remind myself to try a heavier weight. It's also a great way to see progress. Seeing progress keeps me motivated to continue training. Tip number 10, challenge yourself. Pushing limits is how you grow. Add reps, up the weight, and keep it challenging. Progressive overload is the number one fastest way to build muscle. Progressive overload is simply about pushing your body to do more. It's about challenging yourself to do one more rep, lift a slightly heavier weight, shorten your rest periods, or complete a more difficult progression of an exercise. It's anything that makes the exercise more challenging. For more information on progressive overload, be sure to check out my other video, Build Muscle and Get Stronger Faster with Progressive Overload. And now for a bonus tip, tip number 11, snooze wisely. Quality sleep is like magic for your body. Aim for 7 to 9 hours and find what helps you sleep better. It could be a nighttime routine, a cozy environment, you name it. If you aren't getting enough quality sleep, your body isn't able to repair and recover from your workouts. Generally, we need 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep. I have found that I actually need 8, 8.5, or maybe even 9 hours of sleep to feel my best, most energized self. It is quite common for postmenopausal women to wake between midnight and 3 a.m. and then struggle to get back to sleep. If you struggle to get enough sleep or find yourself waking up in the middle of the night, there are a few things you can try. Create a nighttime ritual and regular sleep hours. Going to sleep and waking at the same time every day, including weekends, can help. Reduce stress. I have found that listening to a sleep meditation is super helpful for letting go of everything on my mind and falling asleep quickly. Eat a healthy diet and stop eating 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. Exercise, but not too close to bedtime. Keep your bedroom cool. Block out light. I've been using a sleep mask, and this does wonders for keeping out light from the outside. Avoid caffeine late in the day. I only drink caffeine as part of my pre-workout routine, so I'm generally done consuming caffeine by 7 a.m. Minimize blue light an hour before sleep. I like to read a book before going to sleep. This allows me to relax before I turn out the lights. I hope you found these tips helpful. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up, share it with a friend, and leave me a comment. I'd love to hear which of these tips you plan to implement. And if you haven't already, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you can continue building muscle and creating a body you love. I'll see you in the next video.